All right, we are talking about net lease investing. We've covered a lot of topics. The last one was letter of intent. This one is the purchase agreement. This is the best part. This is when the seller has accepted our letter of intent and we're working towards drafting a purchase agreement. This either can be hard or it can be easy. And again, we want it to be easy. The whole point to this net lease investing is for simplicity. The purchase contract, I could write for you, you could write it, or you could have your attorney write it. 3 different ways of going about it. All 3 of them really accomplish the same thing. All 3 of them, what they want to do is mirror the terms that were accepted in the letter of intent. Real simple stuff like how much we're going to pay, when are we going to close, what is the deposit amount, how much due diligence time we get. What I found is we buyers and sellers and brokers, we all argue over terms, and the seller wants to close as quick as possible. The buyer wants to take as long as possible. And these, like I said, these are terms that were agreed upon in the letter of intent, but they get renegotiated in the purchase agreement phase. If you have your attorney do it, that costs money. And the reason it costs money is because they're attorneys. And what they do to mess up a deal is they slow it down. Even if it's simple, they want to make sure that they're justifying their fee. Nothing against attorneys. I think they're great to have in a transaction, but if we can avoid them, that is a good idea. If it's a really simple, straightforward transaction, I have no problem writing the purchase agreement for you. The purchase agreement is really important because what that does is it establishes all of the terms of the deal. It's called in contract. Once you're in contract, it is now you as the buyer, your obligation to live up to the terms of the contract. If you don't, the seller kicks you out of contract. This could be a big deal. If you've put non-refundable money up and you don't do what you're supposed to do, the seller could keep your deposit. You don't want to lose money. The reality is it rarely happens. The reason it rarely happens is we're putting language in the contract that gives you enough time to do what you have to do to get comfortable with the property before you put non-refundable money up. That's really important. The other reason why it's important is the seller has to perform. The seller has to then get you the documents and everything that they said they were going to give you so that you could then do your due diligence on the property. Due diligence is a little bit different, or a little bit more of an involved conversation. We'll cover that later. But at this point, I just wanted to talk to you about getting into contract so that we can move forward with the purchase. Got any questions? You could check out my website, beaubien.com. That's www.beaubien.com. Have a good day.